Um, it's Matt here, and welcome back to the 5th video on how to use a computer. The basics of using a computer. I think I put it up on YouTube, which is the video sharing site that I mentioned, as computers for beginners. And so, welcome to Computers for Beginners Part 5. And not today. And in this video, I'll be talking about removable. My pen's doing this weird thing. Storage devices. And so, as you remember in one of the last videos, I forget exactly which one it was. I think it was actually the last video when I talked about the internet. You have a hard drive in your computer, or it was the one on files, and so then there's you have a little magnetic arm in the hard drive, and it writes all sorts of different information and stores all your files on the hard drive. Now, the hard drive is mounted inside the heart of the computer, and so say you needed to transfer your files, and you transfer your files to somebody else's computer, and you didn't have an internet connection, and say they lived in like Bermuda or somewhere far, far away. What you do is you'd buy a removable storage device. And a removable storage device can be any number of things. And the first one I'm going to talk about are CDs, or compact discs. Now, compact discs are just that. They're compact discs. And they they come in these like little round shaped, kind of like a disc essentially. And so on it on it is all the information, and tiny little pits burned into a plastic layer on the bottom of the CD. And you want to be careful on this plastic layer, because if you scratch it or you get fingerprints on it, then the CD drive, which I've drawn right about here on most of the computers, won't be able to read it. And so the CD, you can buy mostly maybe like 50 or 100 of them at a time for about $30 at maybe Staples, if you've ever heard of the store Staples, which you probably have. And so I'm just gonna go a little bit into how CD drives work. CD drives are basically a box with a slot in it where you can put the CD in, so the CD goes in there. I should really change colors so you can actually see what's going on. So the CD goes in there. And then there's a laser inside here. It's kind of like our little arm here, our little magnetic arm on the hard drive. And so there's a little laser in here where it reads into these little pits on the surface of the CD and either burns them in so it writes to the disc, or it reflects off of them and it reads from the disc, and all the information goes through your computer and out to your output devices. Output. And so that's basically a CD. And also, I want to talk quickly about DVDs. You may have heard of a DVD. You're probably watching this on it right now if you haven't started using a computer yet. Or you're watching this video on a DVD, off of a DVD. And so DVD stands for digital video disc. Dish, not dish, disc. And so DVDs, they can store a little over 4 times the amount of information as a CD, because all the little pits on a DVD are a lot closer together. So it kind of goes around in a spiral on the CDs and the DVDs. The information on the DVDs is a lot closer together, so you can pack times 5 more times the data, times 5 data, data compared to CDs. But CDs are much cheaper, and you also have to have special DVD drives to write DVDs. But most CD drives today, these boxes right here, most CD drives today, they can write automatically. They can write CDs and DVDs automatically. And now another removable storage device is called flash memory. And it's actually really a set of devices, and part of this set of devices is USB thumb drives. And USB thumb drives, they're essentially about the size of your thumb, hence the word thumb drives. And they use USB, which stands for Universal Serial Bus, which is kind of a communication port that you can plug into the computer. So this little part that I'm circling in blue, light blue, is essentially the USB part of the USB thumb drive, or the Universal Serial Bus. And a bus is basically like a device for transferring data through a computer, and it's used in all sorts of different parts of the computer. There's a lot of buses, but not like a bus that can transport you around the city. Sadly, you don't get buses for free from buying a computer. And then inside the USB thumb drive, it's connected to a little microchip that stores flash memory. And I don't exactly know why it's called flash memory, but it all has to do with how it's written to the thing. Like maybe it's flashed in there or something like that, but there's yet another little arm that goes around, and it burns, I think it burns little pits into the memory here. And so that's a USB thumb drive. And so another type of removable storage is called a memory card, or an SD card, after the company who originally created the little memory cards. And they look kind of like this, and you may have seen them in cameras, and they have a little label like, I don't know, how about SD for SanDisk? SanDisk, that's where the SD comes from. SanDisk. And that's who originally manufactured these little cards. And so it'll have this, how much memory it can hold. 4 gigabytes is usually what they have. And so SD cards, I don't know how they're read, but they have all these little, they have a bunch of little, let's see, I don't have a gold color, but they have gold contacts on there. And so it's kind of like how a USB thumb drive is written too. There's like a little arm in there, and it's burning pits into everywhere. And so all the information goes in or comes out, can be either way, through these little contacts. These little contacts on the surface of the USB, or the memory card. And so this video was pretty short. I hope I'm not moving too fast for you. And then the last type of removable storage I want to teach you about is external / portable hard drives. Oh, and you might want to remember that removable storage devices are HW, which means hardware. And so external / portable hard drives, basically these can be small. Sometimes they're like maybe 4 or 5 inches by 3 or 4 inches. They can be small, and those are portable hard drives. And they usually hold kind of medium, average sized amounts of data. And of course they have a little cable, and they plug in using USB again, the Universal Serial Bus, USB. And that's how most external hard drives are plugged in. And then this is a portable hard drive, so let's put this in another color. Portable. And then they also have just regular external hard drives, where these are giant, heavy beasts that can hold tons and tons of data. Most likely hundreds of hours of high definition video. So like maybe 2 TB, which is a unit of data. I'll get into data in the next video. And of course, you plug it in and attach it to the computer using USB. And so that's basically what the basic types of removable storage are. Removable storage devices. And so hopefully maybe if you're running out of space on your little hard disk here, you'll be able to maybe want to go out and buy CDs if you want to just back up data. So CDs are good for backing up data. So in the event of a crash, in the event of a computer crash, if your hard drive is wiped out by maybe a virus like I explained in the last video, if you copy all your data onto a CD beforehand, you'll be able to recover most of your data. And the same goes for DVDs too, so let me draw an arrow here. So, backing up data, that's supposed to point to the CD, but I'm a little tired right now. And so flash memory is good for files that need to be transported, files that need to be with you at all times. And so that's for data that needs to be with you at all times. And memory cards, let me switch colors here again. And memory cards are good for cameras, because most cameras do take memory cards or SD cards. And so cameras, pictures, and they've made a special SD card called micro SD, which is tiny. It really is about that big compared to the regular size SD cards, and those usually fit in cell phones or mobile phones, or in portable music players most of the time. So cameras and pictures, and then external and portable hard drives. Portable hard drives, good for the same reason as USB, on the go data. And then external hard drives, like these big bulky ones that can store a lot of data, those are good for backing up data again. So back up. But most of these, like the external portable hard drives and the USB drives, those are good if you're running out of space on your regular little hard drive right here. So since you're probably wondering, hey, what's a terabyte or a TB? What's a GB or a gigabyte? I'll explain that in the next video on magnitudes of data. So I'm Matt, and I'll see you in the next video.